Okay, so maybe we can just start with, just tell me your name and your involvement in the space program. Okay?
My name is Joan Higginbotham. I was a 20-year veteran of NASA. I actually began as a rocket scientist, so I launched shuttles from Kennedy Space Center from 1987 to 1996. And then I was fortunate enough to apply for the astronaut program and be selected. Actually, it took me 2 tries, but I did get in.
Awesome. So what is your involvement right now?
So my involvement right now is just with some of the former astronauts and a few of the current astronauts, just trying to keep track of them and making sure they're progressing along the way so that they get space flights.
Okay, good. So I guess tell me a little bit. Were you aware of Shades of Blue at all, or how did this all come?
I was not aware of Shades of Blue. Evidently, Wooly had spoken with some of our colleagues and put forth the idea of getting us all together, and so that got the ball rolling. And I remember Bernard Harris reached out to me to get some other email addresses for some of the other retired astronauts, and that's kind of how it all started.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Yeah, I know he was very excited about this. So I guess tell me a little bit about, I guess, how, where we are in the space program and what's our future.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, we do not have our own space vehicle anymore. We're trying to have a private company come up with a spacefaring vehicle for the Americans. I can't tell you exactly where they are right now. The last I heard, I think they were trying to have something ready by 2017. So we'll see how that goes. 2 years, there's no hardware actually built right now. So to me, that's a little bit of an aggressive schedule, but hopefully they can meet the schedule.
Good. Shades of Blue is, focused on bringing our younger generation up through the, through the program and getting them involved. Do you have any thoughts on it?
I do. So I think that kids need exposure to just about everything because they can't become something that they don't know anything about. And a lot of our students don't know about becoming a pilot or aerodynamics or astronauts, or some of them don't even know there are African American astronauts. So I think the more you expose children to things, the more opportunities they have in life. And even if they're exposed to something and they say, this is absolutely not for me, it's something that they learned and they know they can concentrate on something else.
Yeah, and an opportunity maybe for some younger generation that don't have that chance.
Absolutely, and for me, I knew a little bit about the space program, but I was not one of those people who was, from day one, I'm going to be an astronaut. That was not my career trajectory. I wanted to be an electrical engineer, and somehow, I got turned on to the path of being an astronaut. Had I not gotten that exposure, would I have been an astronaut? Probably not. So it's all about the exposure.
Yeah, that's great. So what, I guess, being African American and a woman, how does that, I guess, fit in for you with the space program?
Well, it fits in because we're just all astronauts. It doesn't matter if I'm African American or women or what. I think where it does come into play is to show other girls of color that they are not pigeonholed into particular careers, that they can pretty much do whatever they want. Again, as long as they know it exists and they can go after it, they can pretty much do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. And I'm sure that has spurned a lot of our youth to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Any predictions at all about the program or where we're going to be in 5 years? Or
I can't tell you exactly where we're going to be in 5 years. I would think by then we will absolutely have our own, I won't say absolutely, we should have our own vehicle. I think that's enough time to get hardware, to test it, and potentially get the first crew off. So I would think in 5 years that we'd have our own hardware. Someone asked me today, they had a little baby, probably not even a year old, and they asked me where I think we were going. I said, well, in his lifetime, in the kid's lifetime, we'll probably be going to Mars. Not in mine, but in his.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty awesome. Any final thoughts, anything you want to
I just think this is a wonderful event. It's so funny because all my colleagues and I are saying, why didn't we think of this? and it's maybe because we see each other at different places at different times. It's like I saw Bernard, I saw Leland, that we never thought about coming together as a group. So the fact that we are here, I mean, it's all of us with the exception of 4. So that's a pretty high percentage. And I just think it's a wonderful event. And I haven't seen some of these people in 8 years. So it's nice to see the gang. And I've met 1 or 2 new ones that have just been in the Corps for the past 4 years or so. 1 2 years, 1 4 years. So it's nice to get to know, if you will, the new kids on the block.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I can't believe you've been in the program 20 years.